All right, let's take a deep dive into the world of, well, luxury and performance. We're going to unpack the brand new 2025 BMW G90 M5. We've got an exclusive review and spec breakdown from R44 Performance. They're a crew that's known for really pushing BMWs to the limits. And this new M5, well, it's causing quite a stir, let me tell you. It's a hybrid monster. It's got some serious horsepower, but it's also got some extra pounds. And that has everyone wondering if it's really a true M5. So let's break down what makes this car so interesting. On paper, the G90 M5, well, it sounds like an absolute dream. 727 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque. That translates to 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. I mean, you can practically feel that kind of acceleration pushing you back in your seat. But here's the catch. This beast weighs over 2.4 tons. That's 5,368 pounds, a whole 30% heavier than the previous generation M5. It's almost as if BMW decided to add the weight of a small car to this already powerful machine. Now, you might be thinking, why would they do that? What's the advantage of all that extra weight?
Well, BMW claims it's all about balancing that power with control. They've focused on weight distribution and handling to make sure that this hefty sedan still dances like an M5 should. It's a bold claim, but the question remains: have they managed to pull it off? We'll delve into that a little later. Now let's talk about the price tag, because this level of performance and luxury, well, it doesn't come cheap. The base price for the G90 M5 is £110,500, which isn't a huge jump from the previous model. But of course, that's just the starting point. If you want all the bells and whistles, you're looking at a price tag well over £130,000. And here's something interesting. There won't be a competition variant for this M5. That's unusual, because those competition models are usually the ones that really push the boundaries of performance. It makes you wonder if maybe BMW is already pushing this platform as far as it can go. But don't worry, if you need more space, there's good news. A G91 M5 Touring, the wagon version, is coming later in 2025, and there are rumors of a potential CS variant even further down the line. So it seems like BMW has a plan for everyone.
Now let's bring in the insights from the guys at R44 Performance. They're already looking at ways to modify and enhance this M5. And they've pointed out a few areas where they think BMW could have done better. For example, even if you go for the optional carbon fiber pack, the rear diffuser is still made of gloss black plastic. They also believe that the engine has more potential and could be tuned to deliver even more power. And it's not just about performance. They weren't impressed with the paddle shifters either, calling them cheap and plasticky. It seems like even at this price point, there's always room for improvement. R44 Performance is already brainstorming ideas for upgrades, including carbon fiber body kits, engine tunes, and some seriously snazzy paddle shifters. It's clear they see this G90 M5 as a blank canvas, ready to be transformed into something even more extraordinary. So what does all this mean for the 2025 BMW G90 M5? It's a significant departure from the M5 we've come to know. The hybrid powertrain, the extra weight, the missing competition variant, it's all a bit unconventional. The big question is, will it live up to the M5 legacy?
Can a car this heavy still deliver the thrilling driving experience that M5s are known for? We'll delve deeper into that question and explore the trade-offs BMW might have made to achieve this unique blend of power and efficiency in the next part of our deep dive. Welcome back to our deep dive into the 2025 BMW G90 M5. We left off, we were talking about the elephant in the room, the weight. It's significantly heavier than the previous generation, but BMW claims they've engineered their way around it. So let's dig into how they're trying to make this hefty hybrid handle like a true M5. First, let's talk about the hybrid system itself. It combines a 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine with an electric motor. Imagine the iconic roar of that V8 engine, now amplified by an electric motor's instant torque. It's like having two powerhouses working together, one for raw power and the other for that immediate burst of acceleration. But adding a hybrid system usually means adding weight. And as we know, the G90 it's not exactly a featherweight. So how has BMW tried to counterbalance that extra heft?
Well, they've incorporated lightweight materials like carbon fiber into the roof and other components. It's like they're trying to shave off ounces wherever they can to offset the pounds added by the hybrid system. And it's not just about reducing weight. It's also about how that weight is distributed. BMW has, they focused on balancing the weight evenly between the front and rear axles. Think of it like a tightrope walker, carefully adjusting their balance to stay centered. That's what BMW is doing here, making sure the weight doesn't upset the car's handling. But even with lightweight materials and clever weight distribution, physics is still physics. How can a car that's significantly heavier than its predecessors still be expected to perform at the same level? That's where the suspension and chassis tuning come into play. The G90 has an advanced suspension system with adapter dampers. These dampers are like intelligent shock absorbers that adjust to different road conditions. On a smooth highway, they provide a comfortable ride.
But hit a twisty back road and they stiffen up, keeping the car stable and controlled. And to handle all that extra power and weight, BMW has reinforced the chassis, essentially giving the car a stronger backbone. It's like they've taken an athlete and put them through rigorous training to build up their strength and endurance. Now, you might be wondering, if BMW has put so much effort into counteracting the weight, why is the G90 actually slower in a straight line than the older F90 M5? It seems counterintuitive, right? More power and more torque should equal faster acceleration. But remember, we're dealing with a significant weight difference here. It's like asking a heavyweight boxer moves quickly as a featherweight. They might have the power to deliver a knockout punch, but they're not going to be as nimble on their feet. So while the G90 might not win in a drag race against its predecessor, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a less capable car. BMW claims this car still drives like a true M5, but what does that actually mean? Is it just marketing jargon,
Or is there something more to it? Well, it's important to remember that driving experience isn't just about straight line speed. It's about how a car feels in the corners, how it responds to your inputs, the feedback you get through the steering wheel and the seat of your pants. It's about the overall feeling of connection between you and the machine. And that's where this G90 might surprise people. Despite its weight, it could still be an absolute joy to drive on a winding road. It could be the car that makes you feel like you're one with the asphalt, carving through corners with precision and grace. We'll have to wait for the official reviews and road tests to come out to get a definitive answer. But for now, the question of whether BMW has managed to pull off this balancing act of power, weight, and handling remains intriguing. Next, we'll explore the potential for aftermarket modifications and whether they could address some of the areas where R44 Performance felt BMW could have done better. Stay with us. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the 2025 BMW G90 M5.
We've explored the performance and the engineering behind that hybrid system, and of course that intriguing weight gain. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. What's it going to cost you to put this beast in your garage?
Well, we know the base price is £110,500, but as with any luxury car, the options list is where things can get really interesting. And BMW, well, they offer a whole buffet of tempting extras, from premium leather interiors that smell like $1 million to advanced driver assistance systems that practically drive themselves. And let's not forget about the carbon fiber pack. Remember those areas where R44 Performance felt that BMW could have gone a little bit further? Well, a lot of those can be addressed with that carbon fiber pack, but all of those options, well, they add up quickly. You're easily looking at a final price tag well over £130,000 for a fully loaded G90 M5. And then there's the aftermarket potential. R44 Performance already has a wish list of upgrades, and those can add another layer to the cost.
It all depends on how far you want to go, how unique you want your M5 to be. So this is definitely a car for a certain type of buyer, someone who demands both luxury and performance, who wants the latest technology and who isn't afraid to pay a premium for it. It's a statement car, no doubt about it. But let's say you've got your checkbook ready. When can you actually get behind the wheel of this beast? Well, deliveries are expected to start in November of this year. But given the high demand and the complexity of building this hybrid monster, there might be a bit of a wait. If you're serious about owning a G90 M5, you better get your name on that list ASAP. Now, remember how we talked about there being no competition variant for this generation? That's right. This is it. This is the top of the line M5, at least for the moment. But don't despair. If you need more space, the G91 M5 touring wagon is coming in 2025. Imagine that same power and performance, but with enough room for the whole family and all their gear.
And for those who crave even more performance, the whispers of a potential CS variant are out there. That would be the ultimate M5, the one that pushes every boundary. It seems like BMW has a plan to cater to every type of M5 enthusiast. So what's the final verdict on this 2025 BMW G90 M5? It's a car that defies easy categorization. It's a blend of
of luxury, performance, and technology, all wrapped up in a package that's heavier and more complex than any M5 before it. It's a car that raises questions about about what it means to be a true M5. Does it have to be a lightweight track weapon, or can it embrace a more luxurious, tech-forward approach? Ultimately, the answer to that question, well, it lies with you, the driver. Would you embrace this new era of the M5 with its hybrid powertrain and its focus on balancing performance with with comfort and technology, or would you stick with a more traditional, lighter, simpler, performance car? There's no right or wrong answer.
It all comes down to to what you value most in a car. But one thing is for sure, the 2025 BMW G90 M5 is a car that will get people talking. It's a car that pushes boundaries and challenges expectations. It's a car that demands to be experienced, and that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a car that makes you think, that sparks debate, and that ultimately leaves you wanting more. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the 2025 BMW G90.